All right, welcome to episode 109 of Those Millennials podcast. Today I'm your humble, grateful, gracious, and highly favored host, K the Classic. I'm here with my nearest and dearest, my boys and friends in real life. Jesse's here. Jesse, how you feeling? How you doing?
I'm
Thank
good,
you for being
man.
muted.
Life is good. Life is good.
How's your mental? Everything's all right? Men don't like talking about their mental. This is why I'm putting them on the spot. How's your mental health?
Getting through it one day at a time.
I hate that response. Rell's here. Rell, how you doing? How you feeling, King? How's your mental? How are you doing?
Gucci, man. How you live?
Everything's is good, man. Everything's blessed. Bless. Thank you for welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. We're Those Millennials, where we give our black ass millennial opinions on sports, pop culture. Rell and his ugly shirt jersey choices from last pod, if you want to check that out on our last episode. Also, don't forget, while you're here, don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, share with your friends. Check us out on Instagram. We have a lot of good content coming up. We're going to start doing reels and stuff as well. All right. So last time since we recorded, a lot. It's always, we always say this, but a lot has happened. But first, Rell, I think you have story time. You want story time with Rell?
Yeah. Am I coming in clear? Because I'm getting chopped.
Very clear.
Okay.
Clear.
All right. So, living in Vegas, I've been living out. Probably living out here over a year now, and dating scene has been dark.
By the way, we're recording this on a Wednesday evening. I just want to get that clear off the top. Go ahead.
Dating scenes out here has been complete dog shit. But there's been one particular woman who I've been hanging out with just as friends. And this weekend she took a trip to
Oh, she's a woman, not a Charlie.
Rose change.
I mean, she's a white Charlie.
Wow, we're getting real specific. She must not listen to this pod. Keep going.
I mean, even if she does, she knows. I mean, even if she did, it's like, what the fuck she gonna do about it?
But she's white and a Charlie.
Yeah, it's like, but all of it. This long story short, she started sending me videos of like her in Nashville, or like she went to Nashville for this. And I normally don't date white girls. Like I don't like white women. I don't date white women. I don't do it. I will not marry a white woman. I did put that out there.
As he's dating one.
But it's just
can I ask for the potential Jarrell soulmate, whoever she is out there? What if she is a white woman? And I just hear that and I'm crushed.
I'm ethically non-monogamous. So, which means I only cheat on white women.
So you get back at the man.
That's always how I'm gonna get back at it. My ancestors, we went through too much. So I can't do it. Let me get back to my fucking story.
Please.
All right. So she started sending me pictures. I sent you guys saw the video, right? I sent you guys a video.
Yeah, we saw the video.
Did you see how snowy it was?
You said they in Nashville?
Yeah, and I just realized this whole experiment thing is it's gone too far. I'm giving myself an intervention. That's it. Like, you know what's crazy too, Kevin? And this is another thing I was gonna bring up. All of their fiancés and even that woman who's getting married, all got black
snow. A lot of
all got black dudes. All got black dudes. That's weird. It's like 8 white Charlies and they all date black dudes. That's weird. I feel like I'm about to get in some like Get Out Mandingo show, and I'm not doing that again.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you ain't got to worry about no Mandingo show. This is
hey, Rell, I just got one question.
This is your preference, but I just
which one's yours? Which bad dancer is yours, bro?
The dog. Did you listen what they're listening to? They're listening to Sierra talking about we playing the hits. I'm all y'all. Let me see the moves, and then she sent me that shit.
Wait. I got a question.
Chocolate step.
I got a question. When you when you sent the text saying "Let me see the moves," what emoji did you send with it? Because I know you sent an emoji with it. What emoji did you send with that? Was it a tongue? Was it tongue out?
No, the dance.
Oh, I thought it was the melting smiley face.
No, it was the dance guy.
Okay, that's.
So, but even then, I realized I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, and then when she sent me the video, first thing I said was, "Fuck!" Nobody here's got no fucking rhythm. Like Jesus Christ! Like,
hey, have you
somebody catch the beat? Huh? Yeah, but
yeah, no rhythm.
We're getting real open in the beginning of the pod. You would think this would be a story for towards the end of the pod. This is.
I don't give a fuck.
I hope it's not the one in the white.
That's the one that's getting married.
I'm sorry for our listening audience on our media platforms. You guys can't see what Jesse's seeing, and obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, you're just seeing Jesse laugh at his phone.
I would do her dance, but it's so bad I don't even know if I can do it.
Okay. Jesse,
what Sierra song is she?
Okay, but somebody tell me this.
Is it what weird? Song goes like that? I don't even hear the music, and it's not what song in her movement that goes like that.
Is it weird that all the dudes are black? Is that weird? Yes. I think that's a red flag.
Oh yeah. Now this is gonna take longer to edit on YouTube. Great.
Did the video make it on YouTube?
What an idiot.
I hope it's also not
I guess it's weird, but you and I look at things differently, but sure.
I also hope it's not the one with the sunglasses on her shirt. Because goddamn, that was what song are you dancing to?
Nah,
Kev,
shorty.
Watch it again. Kev, watch it again.
I watched it one time and I'm just like, you painted the picture already. You said they're
She's
partying
the first
in Nashville.
Kai's the first shorty.
When I hear of women partying in Nashville, again, no disrespect to Nashville, but that's what I saw it and I was like, oh, cool.
Kev, watch the one. Kev, watch it again. Watch the one with the sunglasses on her shirt. Just watch it again.
Oh, my Lord.
Don't delete that after you're done, Kev. Don't get in trouble.
Continue with the story, Rell. I'm sorry.
You're wow, what a great start for this podcast.
But I just want to say,
Jesse's weird enjoying this.
I just want to say, I just think it's weird that they all got black dudes, bro. And it's like, I don't know if I'm joining a cult or something.
Hey man, look.
I don't really like her. I'm just bored out here.
They catching vibes. I think they got some liquor in them. They catching vibes. Like who? Like I don't. I live in Las Vegas where I see stuff on the strip all the time. Like what are we talking about here? Speaking of Las Vegas, shout out to the city for hosting the NFL draft.
I'll be there tomorrow.
Starting tomorrow. All kind of events.
Why are you going to the draft?
This is it's a bunch of shit to do down there. It's not just the draft.
It's a lot of shit. To do
Jesse, they got the whole streets blocked off. It's all kind of interference players.
Las Vegas Villa Bar.
I'm just saying, I don't want you standing in the room while they just say names. You just stand there.
No. I'm mobbing. I'm networking tomorrow.
Okay, make sure you hand them a card or something. But shout out to
give me a fucking hoodie, a t-shirt, something. Manager.
I went from owner. I went from owner to manager. I fucking lost my job and gotten lower. Okay. Anyway, but shout out to the city. It's it's really. What goes without saying, Vegas is usually always packed on weekends, but it's fucking insane this fucking weekend. All right. So speaking about new and exciting events, I thought we would switch it up and not talk hoop, but we're gonna, like, a lot of our pod is gonna be talked about hoop. So I want to ask y'all real quick, so Elon Musk just recently bought Twitter for $44 billion with a B. Now, I'm not smart enough to know entirely what this means. But I do have ideas of what this could mean. You two gentlemen, Jesse, we can start with you. What do you think this means for the future of Twitter?
I don't know. I don't use Twitter, but
okay, all right.
I don't know. It's a scary thing. it's such a control over all the how information is displayed now, or how people are informed now. So it's like it's one of those things where it's like, you know how Rupert Murdoch, is it Rupert Murdoch? I don't know. Owned the
Back
newspaper.
check.
And owning a newspaper, he was like, I don't mess with anything in the, you know, journalism department. I don't mess with the newspaper. And thank God he doesn't, but that's people's fears. Like you can like get things erased, get information, any investigations, journalistic investigations squashed because of that. Who knows how many times things have gotten, you know, squashed because of who owns it and their connections. So, you know, I don't know if Elon Musk would go that far or how he would do it, but yeah. So, you know, Rupert Murdoch's founded Fox News, but it's like one of those things where it's just like it is something to be nervous about. But honestly, since I don't use it and I don't really go to it for anything, I don't know how it affects me, so I don't really think about it.
Rell, do you have any rebuttals on what you think this means? Because nobody really knows what it means.
Nobody really knows yet. I mean, but you know, I look at what Elon Musk, what I think was Clubhouse when he bought Clubhouse, and everybody was over there, and then he bought Clubhouse, and everybody stopped using Clubhouse. So it just, you know, people, when big companies, like when he said he wants to take it private and all of the shit, I don't know the ins and outs of it. I'm not reading up on it. Can I log in and get a Woj bomb? Let's do all I give a fuck about. So truthfully, like all that other shit, I just want to mute. Like I hope like it doesn't become too crazy, because if not, we just gonna go somewhere else, bro. Like we're at this point, we're not waiting on nobody just to be like, oh, this the platform or somebody else making money off it. Because why did he buying it for 44 million? Because the
billion
for 44 billion, you know, like, so like, because the way it moves, the way everything. So hopefully it stays the same, it gets better. Twitter's a dark place. It's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like Twitter is, that's why I kind of, you know, limit to what I look at on Twitter. I just like to stick specifically to sports and my occasional butt naked. So other than that, I hope that that doesn't stay the same. I don't really, like I said, I don't really know the ins and outs of it. So I don't know if that sounds professional, but it's honest as shit. Like I don't know what the fuck it means to take this app private, or you know what's going to change with it. I've listened to a few podcasts that gave me a few ideas, but I just hope nothing change about it, because honestly, social media has become, I think, the bigger question, something now where you kind of have to filter it out. You kind of have to, you gotta put a filter and a time cap on yourself, or you no matter what it is, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. TikTok. I think you have to. I think you kind of have to learn how to, because like, and I think that's what I've been struggling with. Is like, even with like everything comes at you so fast. It's like whether you be like I reason why I've been kind of growing out of love with Instagram is like, once this Ukraine shit started, like you can see somebody getting bombed on one post and then somebody popping their ass the next, you know, and it's just like a fucking
that's your
time.
algorithm. That's your algorithms. You need to start liking better stuff.
I don't like anything. I don't even give anybody the pressure saying Jarrell liked something and shit, because I don't like anything. So I can't even say like.
But you give them the pressures of following.
I don't know what this new shit is. It's like something like if you like it's like follow up a follower or some shit like that, or if because you follow this, or I don't know. Like it's almost becoming like Twitter almost on my Instagram feed. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's making me not want to use the shit, because I'm just like, I just want to see fucking sports shit. Like I don't want to, you know, like I don't know. I'm thinking about cleansing it, you know. So. But other than that, I don't know. Like I just feel like Twitter's a dark place as is. And Elon Musk has this like cult following of people too that kind of like, you know, like ride his dick for some reason. So you know, we'll see. You know how that goes. People try to make Elon Musk like this person. I mean, he's a billionaire, so I can't say his name doesn't hold weight. But I don't know. Like him buying Twitter, I don't know what's that going to change for.
For me, I've been jokingly calling him TNT now, Tesla and Twitter, because he owns two of the biggest you know, generational things that, you know, on the planet. So for Twitter, in my opinion, favorite Twitter's came up with a lot of changes recently. Obviously, you know, they have like super followers. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Um but and they also have a paid Twitter service where it's like private. So there's talks that
Which, by the way,
you know,
does anybody do that? Do you all know? Y'all know anyone that pays for their Twitter
do I know personally anybody that pays for the Twitter?
personally, or any
Okay,
person?
I've seen people that pay for Twitter for super followers because people that people that they follow, they really fuck with them. So like when they post, you'll still see it at the top of their name. It say super follower of this person.
So, like, what is? Does anybody know what the paid?
I don't. Well, I don't know. I mean, I
What
think it's different. And then you can, you know, you can tip your favorite Twitter personality as well. Like you can like literally tip them.
Oh, I
Like a lot of
understand
people,
all that. No, but you know how there's
a
like
lot of people tip Josiah. I don't know if you guys are familiar who Josiah is.
oh, were you just saying like you can pay things on Twitter, or because I thought that maybe I'm
That's a
wrong.
Nets owner, right?
All right.
No, that's Josiah. Josiah is they call he's like the meme king. Like he's the dude that posted.
Oh yeah, on Twitter. Yeah.
On Twitter, he's the dude that posts the memes as fast as fuck. Like he's been retweeted by LeBron and a whole bunch of other people. He's like just the fastest, quick mind, bringing up culture relevance on Twitter, and it's just he has a lot of super followers and shit like that. But honestly, I don't know. Like there's potential talks that Elon might bring 45 back to Twitter. We'll see how that goes.
He already said he wasn't coming back. I thought he said.
Who said that? 45 said he's not coming back, or Elon said that?
He 45 said he's not coming back. He said he's gonna focus on other platforms.
Yeah, QAnon. Like I just, you know, he said he's gonna keep it free speech, which is good. But like I agree with most of what you guys said. Like Twitter is a cesspool, and it's just a matter of how far you want to get in, how far you want to get wet. Like similar to what Rell said, like my Twitter feed is literally sports based, and you know I got a couple friends on there, but like it's basically just, you know, Woj bombs and Sham tweets, and you know, like Rell said, there's the occasional Twitter honey in there, but other than that, like it's just that's what I use it for. But yeah, we gotta wait. This is definitely a wait and see. Shout out to him though for just being able to just 44 Billy and just pay it off. All right. We've done this enough.
What do you need? What does he need a shout out for that for?
For having 44 Bill? No?
What's the shout out for?
I think shout out to him for buying Twitter.
Nah, fuck that.
Okay. All right.
Kind of with Jesse.
Okay. All right. Let me pull So I think we should finally hit on it. So I put a tweet yesterday from Shams, and this Ben Simmons saga has taken another turn. This is the never ending turn story. So Shams yesterday posted this, and I'm just gonna read it verbatim. Ben Simmons told Nets leadership that a mental block for him to play is creating stress as a trigger point for his back issues. Nets players and coaches wanted Simmons to show resolve and play in the series, even if it was limited minutes. Now, as we've talked about many times, I think everybody on this pod is an advocate of mental health, and we don't take it lightly. And if this is true with Ben, and this is serious, which it could be serious, a lot of people don't believe it's serious. Okay, let me take it back. So from what I been reading and what I've been listening to on podcasts, Ben Simmons and his representation, when he got traded to Brooklyn, the Nets believed that he'll be able to play games. They thought, yeah, he had to get in shape, and he was only going to have to be he's going to be out for a month or so. But then they found out that that was not the case. This back mental health thing that the internet has been killing him for other reasons because of what happened in Philly and kind of the stuff that he's been posting on social. Seems like it's really affected Ben, and I believe two things can be right, but a lot of people, especially when I posted it, felt differently. So Rell, you can kind of take it from there. How do you feel about this Ben Simmons and the fact that his representation is saying that his mental health is a trigger for what's going on with his back?
I mean, I believe like I said, two things can be true. I believe that he created this environment, and now that things are happening to him, that he is also learning with new stressors that he's never had to deal with before. This is all new territory to him. But ultimately, you started yourself by just ultimately sitting out of Philly when you could have just came back and you guys probably would have won the same amount of games. And but you did this, so ultimately, my sympathy ends there because if you really need help, you shouldn't be trying to compensate $40 million. Like you should be on the front line or however you say getting help. Mental health is serious. Like you don't just play with it or when it's convenient for you to get traded. And I don't know. I mean, but here's the thing. I can't call bullshit anybody, because who's the boy to cry wolf? Like, I mean, I can't say, you can't say that the waking up every morning, hearing the talking heads like the Stephen A. Smiths, calling him to something all things can be true that people criticize him, but it's like, damn, like it's on the front of everybody's tongue. You don't think that kind of weigh on somebody's mind? You know what I'm saying? Like when you want to come back, when you're like working out on your first time back. So hopefully, I hope that he just gets back into the right shape, gets to the right mind frame. Because like I would say this, if he didn't, my bigger issue is what the fuck were you doing before this trade even happened? Like, you were 2 weeks away when the trade happened. So I don't know. I just hope he gets the help he needs, and that he's not bullshitting, because there's people out there who really deal with shit and have to get up and go to work, and they don't. And I not to put it to you like this, but there's real shit. When you have help available, take it. You're a millionaire.
So, somebody brought on a pod today that I listened to. They were talking about how, I mean, like everybody's on their phones, right? We like literally there's video of like literally KD at halftime, seeing what people say about him at halftime and adjusting his game. The same thing happened to Ben Simmons in the most recent playoff game. Everybody's been talking about what he's been wearing, and he had on sunglasses on the bench in the first half. And people were talking about, like, the internet was flaming about, they were flaming his fit, and then they was flaming him about wearing sunglasses. So obviously he went into halftime, came back out, and guess what happened, guys? No sunglasses. Like, it's like the ultimate, like, if, again, Rell said it himself, two things can be right. And like, again, we're millennials, and we Rell just talked about how he's trying to learn to pull back from social media, and Jesse himself is cleansing himself from social media right now, and I've done it once or twice, and I kind of talked about my struggles with that I've gone through, period, just not only with social media but just in life. But yeah, just it's easy for me to say, Ben Simmons, put your phone down. Hey, Ben Simmons, don't look at Twitter. Hey, Ben Simmons, don't look at Instagram. Hey, Ben Simmons, don't look at your mentions. But for a player like him, and who's Ben's younger than us, he's 25. It's probably tougher for him to just not look at his mentions and not look at Twitter, which is it's probably killing. No, go ahead, Jesse. Say it. He's about to say something, right? Or no?
I was gonna say something. I was gonna say that, you know what? I think he just right at the at the cusp of that age. He's the first mega superstar. I think we're going to see. I think it's going to be maybe in a long line of superstars. You know, whether we like it or not. Like, I mean, I hate the disrespect. This the tennis player name who didn't want to. Naomi Osaka, you know. So, but I think we're at the precipice of this wave of internet where I think that we're seeing the first effects of social media, of too much social media, because we never seen it before with the generation before. But I think now with this Ben Simmons era, it's like, yeah, we can say how you'll react because, oh, Kobe didn't do this and Mike didn't do this. But at the same time, if you have the audacity to sit there and read some of that shit or to put some of that negative energy in your mind and then make assume you to, you know, to be depressed. But at the same time, these are things that you probably should be learning along the way, you know? So I don't know. It's kind of, you kind of don't get to that position to being an athlete by being weak-minded, as I would say. You know what I'm saying? Like you
don't get to. Yeah, you're right. You don't get to be a great. Which
look how many kids barely play college basketball, and look at the percentage that even get to play NBA.
And let's be real with ourselves. Everybody here, all four of us here, like we're all how long? Think about how long it took for you to stop caring about what people thought about you. Like, if we're gonna be, let's be completely honest with ourselves. Like, it took a while, like, and I'm speaking for me, but I'm sure you guys have gone through the same shit. Like, it took me, I mean, probably not well after, but like right after high school, where I just was like, I don't care what people think about me. Like, remember when people, like, if you know anything, like if people talked about what you wear, about,
I mean, I think you still battle it.
It takes a while.
You still battle it to a certain degree.
No, you definitely battle, but like nice shit. Your age, like, it takes you coming up and being of age before that comes to you where it's like, man, I don't care about what other people think.
No, you can't have a harsh opinion about something
it takes time. Like, so yeah, like that's pretty much what Ben.
You can tell me my podcast is shitty, but I don't give a fuck what you say. Like,
yeah, but
I like it
because you're 34 years old. Like, it's different for you. It's like it's you're.
It's not gonna make me depressed.
If you were 18 years old, you would probably feel a little different. Like,
but you get to that level of fuckingness, and nobody could. That's
what.
But here's the thing, though. Like, here's the thing about Ben Simmons needs to watch players like Giannis and see, like, Giannis created that level of I don't give a fuckness, where I'm gonna just create the confidence. I don't believe Giannis ever.
Giannis came from the bottom. Like, Giannis' come up is different. Giannis probably was, the kid. Him and his brothers were probably, talked about. Again, we've all heard stories about how they came up, whatever. But like, I'm sure, like, Giannis came from a very humble for beginning. So like, it's different for him. Where it's like Ben. Wasn't his parents an athlete? Wasn't his mom like an athlete, bro?
Yeah, I think his dad was an athlete as well. I mean, but also it's a little different. He made moves since high school, so his life has been on the spectrum since he was like 15 or 16.
And he's been the man, like, ever since. Like, he's been the man everywhere he's gone up until like Philly. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's been the man. Never criticized everybody. Like, he, LSU, he was the man, big man on campus. Everybody knew he was going to the league. Like, he just, he was the dude. He was the man. He was like, yo, he's out of here.
I have no problem with him missing this whole year, to be honest. Like in the grand scheme of things, like, it's just like an ACL injury. Like teams do it to John Wall. So this is why we're due for a lockout, because when they tell you we're going to pay you $40 million to sit your ass down, or when you get mad, when you say I'm not playing for $40 million and I'm gonna go sit my ass down. So you can't have it both ways. For every argument you can tell me that Ben Simmons should play, I can point to John Wall and say, well, why did they play him? They were just trying to tank. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, we're gonna have a lockout. And this is like, I hope we don't have it. I don't know when the next collective bargaining agreement is coming up, but NBA, your product is getting so good right now. Don't fuck it up with a lockout. Like, please don't, because you're gonna lose.
I hate to sound like corporate Kev, but it's the players. Again, it's not just Ben, Kyrie, James Harden, a lot of these niggas whose names was in,
because we're going to have a lockout. We're going to have a lockout.
We're going to have a lockout, and it's inevitable because of Like, I got a question: Has player empowerment swung too much? Do the players have too much? I know. Again, this is corporate Kev talking. So, is it too much empowerment for the players?
No, because these teams were never really committed. Like I said, bad teams. You see when teams just roll out a bunch of salaries together and 14 wins. So no, they're like, no, you can control your destiny. As long as everything,
You have to be good. Remember, this said caveat: you have to be good. You have to be great.
I truly think that the NBA should tier their players. I think it should be like this tier of players is the only players like can get this like salary, like the max salary, like and then those other or be your 10, like no matter.
I think we're talking about two different things.
No, but I'm just saying like that's just the idea I had. But I'm just saying like just overall, like I think like overall for the league. But I just think I don't know. It's in hindsight, I think ultimately I think the league has to just make some changes, especially. But I mean, what do you think about the Adam Silver tournament that they keep talking about?
Oh, the midseason tournament.
Yeah.
What's the incentive for the players?
That's another thing. That's what I'm saying. It's how are we gonna lock out?
If I'm apparently top 5, top 3 player in the league, Jayson Tatum, what is my incentive for a midseason tournament? I have no incentive.
The ultimate
goal was
sarcasm,
by the way.
I would just say this: the ultimate goal for the NBA is that they got to find a quicker way, which I think the way to go was round robin. Just play everybody twice.
Big Walls brought that up on the pod. No.
Yeah, that's where I heard it from. Just play everybody twice.
No, these stadiums still have to make money. Like it still has to be an event.
You're only Western Conference. Every conference is only going to be short 2 games each, or no, we're not 2 games each, but it's a grand team by per. But no,
I think Waz said something like 30-something games or something crazy like that. That's
play
never
every team twice, round robin, and then we have the playoffs tournament style. Everybody's in. Everybody's in.
That will never happen.
That's how I think it should, but we'll see.
The NFL just added another fucking game. Do you think the NBA they're gonna cut games for the NBA? What?
NBA don't want to cut 82 games, and that's the thing though.
They're doing that's why they spread the back-to-backs how they did. Like the NBA has done everything.
I mean, if the NBA could cut that last week, because that last week they tried to make it so good, it was possibly the worst basketball I've seen all year. So cut that last week of NBA because we definitely don't fucking
if you want to just go to 72, but like for the most part
67.
Now we're just pulling teeth. All right. Well, I don't know if Jesse's still here, but I wanted Jesse's opinion on
Jesse getting hit
on Ben. But all right, so we can move on to the next topic, and then maybe Jesse can chime in about his Ben, how he feels about Ben, because he was more passionate about when we were off air talking about Ben. Rell, Please have some correction and please don't have any recency bias. Tell me, why is Jayson Tatum a top 5 player and why are people saying this?
Only reason why I would say he is right now is because I base it off of who you can trust going both ways that care about it. Kevin Durant doesn't care about going both ways and still truly and can do it. I don't think he doesn't care about it at this point of his life.
You would pick Jayson Tatum over Kevin Durant today?
Today, yeah.
Okay, how many play? Okay, well, let's play a game. If I start naming players and tell me if you'll take Jayson Tatum over them.
Mm-hmm. What?
Okay.
Based off the season I just watched. And that's all I'm basing it off of.
We're starting. No. Fuck that. We're starting a brand new season. We're starting a franchise.
And I'm basing off of everything I just saw last year.
Everything you just saw last year. Everybody's healthy. And everybody's healthy, okay, and everything's good, and you're starting a new franchise.
KD,
Luka Doncic,
Jayson Tatum,
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
No, I'm taking Giannis. I'm taking Giannis.
Joel Embiid,
Jayson Tatum,
Stephen Curry.
If I'm taking him right, you asking me right now? No, yeah, Jayson Tatum. Because if I'm taking a team right now, I have to hide Steph. Jayson Tatum can guard anybody in the NBA.
I can't believe we're doing this.
He's definitely a top 5 player in the league. Because I'm looking at if you can go both ways, and Kevin Durant does not go both ways anymore. He's not that guy. Kawhi used to be that guy. Well, like Bill Simmons said, he was that two-way. He's a two-way guy. He doesn't mind guarding.
If Kawhi Leonard comes back 100%,
doesn't matter. I'm still taking Jayson Tatum.
That one I kind of agree with you because of Kawhi's injury history. So
because Jayson Tatum, what I think, Jason, here's what I think. If Jayson Tatum can cap this run, not only I think he'll be top 5 for sure if he can cap this run with a ring, which I think he's on his way to. Because I don't know who's gonna be that defense I saw. It's some of the best team defense I've seen in a while. I haven't seen, and I fucking hate everything the Celtics existence. I hate it, but I've never seen anything what I just seen.
Would you 36-year-old LeBron James? You'll take Jayson Tatum over him?
Yes, because of the age. If I'm building a team, yes. And LeBron, when the last time LeBron played to the defense?
If your goal is to win a title next season,
I'm taking Jayson Tatum. Based off the season I just watched.
So according to you right now, only Giannis Antetokounmpo is better than Jayson Tatum today.
Only Giannis, I think so, yeah. Because I don't really trust Luka on defense. Luka's not guarding my best wing. I could throw Jayson Tatum on my best wing.
I want you to. I can't wait for the Mavs and the Celtics to make the finals so Luka can fucking cook Jayson Tatum's fucking draws off. Anyway. Yeah, so creator of content just asked a really good question right now. Rell, do you believe that? I mean, so we're recording on Thursday. There's 2 games going on right now. The Bucks just beat the brakes off the Bulls and finally ended that series. Another series. I predict another series is ending tonight too.
How long before the Bulls get blown up? Because that shit ain't gonna work. DeMar had to run into LeBron and Giannis. That sucks for him.
Yeah, what a life. Creator of content just asked a question. He asked, "Do you think the Celtics are beating Milwaukee?" Mm-hmm. He thinks they, but I would say right now today because of the Middleton injury that the Celtics are favored. But if Middleton was 100%, I would pick Milwaukee.
Even if Middleton was healthy, I don't believe anybody's going through Boston with that defense. The way they play team defense right now,
I think they. And I'm not even a Kevin Durant apologist like that. I think
Tatum's better than him right now.
I don't believe that.
At all? You don't believe it at all?
I don't believe that. I don't. I think Kevin Durant's still better. But that's me. I don't think Jayson Tatum's a top 5 player. He just made it to top 10. Like what? Anyway, now it made me lose my fucking train of thought. What was I talking about before this? Made me lose my train of thought.
The second round Celtics?
Yeah, I think Milwaukee just, it's like the Celtics are just catching breaks. Like what I was gonna say was I think KD would. I really like so we haven't talked about it. Obviously everybody knows that the Nets got swept or whatever. But I honestly think that was a failure more on Kyrie than Kevin Durant. Like everybody's putting everything on Kevin Durant's performance, and yeah, he didn't play great in the entire series. I would agree with that, but Kyrie was the one that was getting single coverage. Like, and Kyrie's supposed to be the wizard, the unguardable force with the ball, and he just and you know, I don't want to just bring Ramadan or whatever into this because you know his beliefs are his beliefs, but like because some people was kind of blaming that for Kyrie. He just seemed like he had a low motor. You
can do it when you're an athlete, fast in this, you know.
Yeah, I feel like the series was a failure. I feel like it was a failure on two things: on roster building, but they they had to do their thing on the fly. The Joe Harris injury that nobody really talked about really affected them, and Kyrie not showing up. Like Kyrie not showing up because he showed up in game one, which they should have fucking won. But like just Kyrie not like Kyrie took 7 shots in a game when he's supposed to be Kyrie fucking Irving. And I feel like, and Bill brought this up on the pod, Rell, I know you agree with this. Like, I feel like Kyrie has been living and riding the coattails of that shot that happened 6 years ago for a very long time. Like, nobody, like, anytime we have a Kyrie, like, again, I didn't necessarily think Kyrie was supposed to be in the top 75 of all time, but a lot of people thought he was supposed to be in there, including LeBron, which I disagree with wholeheartedly. I feel like Dwight had more of a stance to be in the top 75 of all time more than Kyrie. But cool, a lot of people believe Kyrie was supposed to be in there. But Kyrie's been riding the coattails of that shot in Cleveland for the longest. Anytime a Kyrie's conversation is brought up, it's yeah, but he hit the biggest shot in the finals. And it's like Trump wasn't even elected. Like, that's how long it's been. We talk about Kyrie. Now I'm currently talking about Kyrie, but I do want your Ben Simmons rebuttal. Yeah, I want your Ben Simmons yakety yak about what how we felt about the Sean.
I was asking Zeus to fill me in, but I didn't, so you could just keep going without having to say it on the pod. But it's okay, it's good. I was trying to be professional, but it's all right.
It's good. Get your shit off. We was waiting for your input about the Ben Simmons and his how the stress of his mental health, it can be a trigger for his back.
You want me to give it right now?
Yes, please.
All right. Well, I would say that everybody that has criticism for him or is trying to like diagnose him or anything, you have the right to say what you want and come to the conclusions of what you want, as long as you're willing to, apologize afterwards. Or this isn't a thing about like, ooh, see, I was right. Like, something's legitimately wrong, whether it's fair, whether it is something mental health regards, whether people want to call him a coward or whatever it is, it's something, and it's not getting them on the court. And people are having the initial reaction they have, and people want to do those retroactive like probing into who he is and all that stuff. It's whatever it is, it will come out. But what I would say is, if it's true mental health, I don't know if it's a good thing to be sitting on that bench now that the playoffs are over, so it doesn't matter now. I don't think it was a good thing for him to be sitting on that bench watching his team lose 3 times and in a high pressure situation. He shouldn't have been there. If this has always been a thing, he shouldn't have been there in the first place. And I'm not saying that as like to be mean or anything, or to like sound like.
I got a question, Jess. I saved this part because me and Rell talked about this while you were gone or whatever, and I saved this part. So with you saying this, and what we seem to know, what has been told to us about what's going on with Ben, do you think it's a good idea for him to play basketball in the NBA? If
that's what I was
real.
I was about to get to that next. I was getting to that next. Not when I said where I was leading to from that point is, I think he needs to take he's taking a whole year off, but he needs to step away from the NBA life for a whole year or from time. Like, you got to step away, but it's one of those things. This is one of those things where I'm like, I know we're talking about.
He's already done that though with this year.
You could say that. I was thinking that kind of, but he was still there. He was still at games. He was still living life.
And to be fair, like you said, Rell, he was enticing this. The nigga during the playoffs, he was posting pictures of him on court, with shoes on, with the mean face, with the smoke coming out, like he's ready, like he's working. Like that happened. He did that on his own.
Nick Friedel, telling Nick Friedel record me and him
this.
doing this awkward ass left-handed dunk.
Awkward ass old man dunk that I've seen niggas do at 24-hour fitness.
And I feel like he just did it on purpose. And
No,
I'll be honest with you, like low key, the more I look at Ben Simmons, like I really think something's wrong with him. Like the fact that he did that to Nick Friedel, like he can't be all there. He can't be all there. He can't be. But go ahead, Jesse. My bad.
I don't know if it's. My thing is, what I was gonna say is, you can say like that's what he was doing. Yeah, he was doing that on the court wise, but he needs to remove himself from the NBA life completely. Is what I would say. Like, if this is the thing that is causing you the stressor, wouldn't you like you have the ability, you have the money, you have the access, remove yourself, and Zeus was saying on there.
Only thing I would say is that like if your only way is to make money is to fly airplanes and you got a fear of flying, you got to work towards it. You know what I'm saying? You got to do something.
And that's working towards it. That's working towards it.
Like taking a year off ain't really working towards it.
And no, it is, because he didn't take this year off and he was like, people left him alone. He was the news cycle the entire season. So every little move he made was hyper analyzed. And every time he was on camera, all those things.
We were potting during the whole thing. Like literally it was a week of where it was Kyrie story. Next day, Ben Simmons. Next day, Kyrie Irving. Next day, Ben Simmons. It was like they were fighting over the media attention.
Yeah.
And
it got to a point where LeBron looked like he was begging for attention because how much attention these dudes was getting. It looked like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like one of those things. That's what I'm saying. Like, if this the thing is how people are talking about you, remove yourself from all that. Don't become the story. If he says I am taking a year away from basketball, he'll be a news cycle for a week and that's it. But that, and then he can take a year away, take time away, and start easing himself back into it. A lot of things can be said in two ways. One is you were showing all those workout videos and doing all those things, and now you're saying you can't play. The other one could be said on the opposite end of, well, maybe he felt like that was the thing to do to show like he's trying to. That's what hurt his mental health, like this attempt to fake like I'm trying, guys. Like, look, see, I can play basketball. Maybe, and it was that hurts your mental health too, because you're trying to please or satisfy. Oh, this would make people be like, oh, Ben Simmons is going to be a problem, where he's looking for that, but he's not really ready. So everything has the two sides of the coin, and it can be both. But my thing is just like at this point, if playing basketball is not playing basketball is giving you a physical, not only just mental, physical pain where you cannot, like, you're getting up and you're not feeling it. Like it's time to step away and take care of yourself. Like, look, I do have issues with him. I don't like that you. If you have all these issues and all these things going on, don't make yourself the center of attention on your team wears all black and you're the one in the most color in the middle of the damn bench.
Or sit at the end of the bench. Like,
no, there was one where he's sitting in the middle of the bench.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
You're saying sit at the end of the bench.
Sit at the end of the bench.
Sit at the end of the bench. Sit behind the player. Sit
behind the bench. Yeah, make yourself serious.
You made yourself.
You made yourself front and center.
Exactly.
So I want to touch on something before I forget. Damn it, and I already fucking forgot. Shit.
I'll talk a little more. I just think that there was a lot of things that he could have helped himself on, and he either didn't know how to do it, or he thought he had to do it a certain way to show. So
I got you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I feel like there's the easiest solution is remove yourself in the situation.
So Jesse, you're 100% right. So at this point, so like in closing, then we can maybe I can ask you the same question I asked Rell, or we can move on to talking about how Snowfall tried to save its season. This is what I would say. Like, at this point, if Ben still wants to play basketball in the NBA, if he still wants to play NBA basketball for the Brooklyn Nets, what he has to do now is gain the trust of his players on his team now. Like, that's the most important thing now. Like, you have to go to Kyrie, KD, and everybody else in that locker room, and you have to prove to them that they can count on you to play, because from what is being told from Shams, a lot of the players, like, they have their reservations. They wanted him to play. They wanted him to show resolve and play and be there with their new brother and see what he was made of in this series that they just got swept in. And he couldn't, even if it was a limited
I'll say
time.
this about that. Look, you are not like, everything has an end of the line. Everything has an end of the rope. They were expecting you.
They were expecting you to play.
The talk was, everybody saying everything. It was playoffs. Like, they know better than anything. And for it to you not to, in their eyes, you're sitting there. Everything that's optics. Mm-hmm. Everything that's optics. Like,
they
that was
you
why
when the walkthroughs working out. They see you working out.
That's why I don't get upset with Shaq. First thing Shaq says, or Reggie Miller says, even Stephen A. Like, the first thing that they do is get upset, because you didn't just, like, it wasn't this thing where it was like, oh, you were hurt and you're trying to rush yourself back. This ain't a KD situation where everybody's like, I don't know if KD should play. Oh, he should. It was really
that's the thing. So that's the thing. Like, so the verbiage that him and his team was dropping to Sham, again, and maybe he thought he could play, but like, all what had to be reported is, he's trying to play. We don't know yet. Like, but the fact that they kept on saying that it was imminent and they kept on reporting, he's playing 3-on-3, he's playing on 4-on-4. They like that had to be talked to again. Like, we talked about how agents work and behind the scenes, how this shit works, and how Shams and Woj's tweets are carefully crafted. That had to came from Ben Simmons' people. That he was targeting game 4, game 5. Like,
that's in conjunction with the team, right? Because they're giving the injury report. So, but the thing is, when it was reported, how it was reported by Woj in the halftime of, I think it was the Bulls game. I don't know which game it was. In the halftime of the game, he said, "This is exactly how it was reported." Because some people were like, "Oh, they're saving him for, they're saving him. They're not going to play him." No, they weren't saving him. This is how it was reported. You think the team would allow this report to come out if this was untrue? He went to them and said he's feeling pain in his back. He went to them. And then the next story was mental health added with the back. So it was like, and that they want to work it out, and that is an agent talking. Yeah. That's an agent talking. That when the team reported, hey, he came to us. The agent came and was like, oh, we got to clean this up. It's not just that. He didn't just say he doesn't want to play.
I can give you 2 more examples of how it's going on in the same league. Same exact situation besides the mental health thing. And I don't want to just push that aside because that's important. But same situations. Jamal Murray and the Denver Nuggets are going through the same situation. They just have him out indefinitely. They're saying he's been cleared by his doctors. The team doctors have cleared him to play. He's been playing 5-on-5. He's been working out. He's been gone for over past a year now. They thought he'd be back in time. They're saying Jamal Murray and his team do not feel comfortable coming back and playing in the playoffs. Cool. There's nobody taking shots at Jamal Murray. There's no shots and nothing being said about Jamal Murray. There's no, oh, you left your brothers out to dry or anything. Maybe that's happening behind the scenes, but that's not happening in what's going on in front of that. Like,
I mean, a lot of it got to do with team.
Maybe that as well.
Also,
also, I mean, again, this is whole different. Like, this is a whole different Pandora's box. The same thing is going on with Zion. Zion feels like he can play. Obviously, with his dunk, people don't know that his dunking was him showing out because David Griffin and the organization is, they're telling like, yo, like, you're not.
This ain't the one. This ain't.
You're not playing. You're like, we value you. You still need to do this. You need to do that. Mm-hmm. We're not risking.
But it was always established with these two that
Zion, was he showed out and he showed that dunk, and everybody, that's when he started following the team. And obviously, there's reports what happened when CJ got traded with the team and everything what happened with that. But there's reports with that as well. So like these are the same situations where organization feels one way, player and representation feel a different way.
I mean, remember the biggest time it happened is Kawhi and the Spurs.
I was gonna bring that up, but like Kawhi's his own monster. And
no, but I was gonna say like this was the first time where we got a thing where it's a star player is publicly fighting or publicly feuding with the team, publicly giving out reports from each side. And so my thing is just all of those are different situations. Location has to do with it. A lot of things have to deal with that. Jamal Murray wasn't expected to come back. They put him at indefinitely. They kept saying it's a few weeks away. They may just shut him down. Or Ben Simmons, nobody understood what the injury that he even had an injury in the first place. So it was like one of those things where I was like,
"What? You've been sitting down this time? What's wrong with your back?"
And he has had this back problem. He has had the back injury, but it was one of those things where it was like nobody like. It wasn't like considered a severity, and at this point in time, like he's injured. But it's just one of those things where it was like I think the thing was everybody just thought he wasn't playing because he didn't want to play for the Sixers, and then it was like, oh, he has to get in shape. Oh, he tweaked his back, and then it's like so it was always like a thing that it's like he should have been here by now, and I think that's where people's minds is at with it. You should have like Kyrie could do everything he did. KD could take games off. This motherfucker could do what he did. Blake could sit for 90% of the season. But when it comes to the playoffs, you had to be ready. And that's what the team model, I think, was.
That's why I'm saying the most important thing for right now is fuck social media. Get with your teammates that you're going to be in the trenches with next season. Hopefully.
You think he gets traded this offseason?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't even know what you do with that.
I don't think another team takes that chance.
Take the chance.
Because it's also he has to be traded to a place he wants to go.
I got a prediction, and I predict that we will sometime during the summertime see Ben Simmons and KD working out together videos. 100%.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like those will be posted on KD social to clear that up. All right.
I think they'll sign Joe Ingles coming off injury. Defender.
I don't know, man. Like I just don't.
Defender. Oh my god.
He got a Paul George.
Defender. When's the last time you saw Joe Ingles play? Anyway,
he's Australian. They like Australian cats. I don't know.
So we can talk summer movies before we get out of here real quick. I got a question for Jesse. Maybe who's Liam Neeson's agent?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I have no idea.
That's pretty much Taken all over again.
This nigga has another fucking Taken movie that's called Memory.
Look,
who's his agent?
When Liam Neeson said he was looking for any black person to beat up and kill, I stopped paying attention to the man. Even before that. So
wait, I think
it was some.
He felt that way one day. That's how he felt racism.
I never felt this. I never heard this. This is news.
You never heard this?
When did he say this?
Tell me. It's literally he says this in an interview. And like no remorse. He was like he was like something happened to his friend. She was molested or raped or something, and she said that it was a black guy. So he was so filled with rage and anger that he was looking for any black son of a bitch to, I don't know, whatever I would have done.
Why did we cancel Liam Neeson? The fuck is going on here? Is he uncancelable?
What?
Why haven't we canceled him?
Yes, that's the thing about it. That's what I'm like. You're talking about. I'm like, I've been done with this motherfucker. Like, when's the last Liam Neeson movie you've seen?
How is it that We can get more Taken movies, but we can't get Players Club 2 or Soul Plane.
We did get Players Club 2.
We definitely don't need Soul Plane. There is a Soul Plane 2 if I remember correctly.
There is a 2 of both of those.
There's a 2 of both of those, but yeah, look at Rell. We're looking confused as hell because it's joke in land. Anyway,
there's a Players Club. That shit ain't had no budget, bro.
his joke didn't land. So look at him searching. Anyway, I'm like, I'm thrown away now. Like now, I never knew this.
I'm not making that up, bro. Look it up. He said it like
that.
a few years ago.
I will look that up. Liam Neeson is a wild boy. He's a wild boy for that.
I mean, Kev, you watch Seinfeld, so
here we go.
What the fuck is wrong with Seinfeld?
I mean, Kramer yelled out nigger 50 times.
That was
on
after.
Stage.
I'm not saying he wasn't that.
That was after.
That was after the show.
That was the show, but you know,
not saying he wasn't there at that time.
The crazy thing is, this is anytime you bring up Seinfeld, this is the only thing Rell brings up. You bring up Seinfeld, but it's still the greatest, considered the greatest show of all time. Anyway,
never laugh once.
Yeah, we know.
I mean, you could say that about Friends, but I'm not saying that about Seinfeld. Seinfeld holds its own.
Yeah, exactly.
It ain't better than Martin, but it holds its own.
Yeah, Rell, tell me why this season of Snowfall was good. Give me your best.
Can I just get to hold on? We were talking about movies. Can I get to movies and why the fuck did we? First off, I didn't even know we had a Players Club 2 because that shit was mid. That shit was probably a BET. That shit was a BET classic.
How you know it was mid if we know for sure you haven't seen it?
Because nobody's seen Players Club 2. It's like Never Back Down 2.
This nigga's still fighting for his joke.
Yeah, I'm just saying, who the fuck is it? But anyways,
there's
that Toy Story movie,
I'm
out on. Yeah, but who the fuck watched it?
I did.
It didn't have the same guy in it.
Yeah, it didn't.
But but the one movie I'm out on this summer, that Toy Story 2 movie. I mean, not Toy Story 2, that Buzz Lightyear movie. I'm out on it. I don't know why. I just can't get with the Buzz Lightyear movie. And the Black Panther 2, I mean, I'm glad nothing has came out to, but I'm still kind of iffy on them doing that.
Didn't they push that back?
Oh, my bad. There isn't a Players Club 2. My bad.
Just be saying shit to kill a nigga joke at the time. And if you believe, Jesse,
swear there was a Players Club 2. I'm sure there's a straight to DVD player.
I used to watch all the hood flicks, so. You know, I got the hookup. I got the hookup too, but that shit was trash. There's a Belly too.
Okay, so what other summer movie you want to talk about, Rell?
We don't talk about Belly 2. That never happened.
No, mostly where y'all that it was mostly that movie. Like I watched a full preview of that Buzz Lightyear movie. Y'all in or y'all out on that?
Wait, you watched the whole the Buzz Lightyear? Yeah, I'm in. You know, I mean. I don't really watch trailers. Like I plan to watch Thor, whatever the rest of the title is called, Love and Thunder. I think that's gonna be cool, but I haven't seen the trailer of that one. Doctor Strange looks like it was gonna be.
Bought my tickets already. Yep.
Okay, so you know,
Black was it Black Adam? I'm in on with The Rock. I'm in on.
Is that coming out this year?
Mm-hmm. That's a movie.
Yeah. Okay. I think they got a good idea for that too. So you know.
Oh, what about the movie that was made in 2019 just before the pandemic started? Is anybody gonna go see Top Gun?
I will, because I'm hearing this may be like one of Tom Cruise's best movies that he put together. And Tom Cruise barely miss.
Mm-hmm.
He don't miss.
Are they gonna be playing volleyball?
That nigga, he don't miss.
Have you seen The Mummy?
Tom Cruise, hold on. Tom Cruise, which Mummy? The last one he did?
He did Mummy. It's not The Mummy. It's Mummy.
It's Mummy.
Which we don't acknowledge that movie.
No, I'm gonna acknowledge.
Yes, we do. They try to make a universe. The fuck you mean we don't acknowledge that?
They were trying to make a monster universe.
They're trying to make a monster universe. Yeah.
People try to correlate that Mummy to the Fred. What's his name? Or something Fraser.
Frankenstein and
it's supposed to go to Frankenstein and all that.
And Dracula, they try to make a universe out of that. Fuck, what do you mean we don't acknowledge that movie? They tried. Yeah, they tried. They got the big
also
one of the most biggest name, highest paid actor in
Brendan Fraser.
Hollywood besides No, not Brandon Fraser. I'm talking about.
No, I was saying people thought of the ones with Brandon Fraser. That's what they were remaking.
Yeah,
no, they were making the Mummy from the Monster series of the
Gotcha.
like you said, Dracula, Loch Ness, all that bullshit.
Yeah, they just equated to the wrong thing. But other than Mummy, like The Edge of Tomorrow was a good movie. Like Tom Cruise he barely miss, and even like the Mission Impossibles, the nigga motherfuckers only gonna get better. So
Mission Impossible
and the Morbius movie,
James
the Morbius
Bond.
movie.
Mission Impossible is better than James Bond's.
It definitely is.
We're not doing this.
Do y'all want to talk about it? Better movie series. I think Mission Impossible is better than James Bond.
You honestly can't even compare the two because the Bond movies is the biggest grossing movie franchise in freaking film history. Anyway,
it's been around the longest.
You know what else? You know what else I'm looking forward to?
Anyway,
the last movie I'm looking forward to is that Jurassic Park movie.
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking for the Jurassic Park. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not gonna lie.
I actually want to see that in theaters.
Anytime if Jeff Goldblum's in it, I'm interested.
Jeff Goldblum was in the second one too.
I was interested. I was cool. I was good.
And he was in it for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was the problem. That was the problem with the movie. All right, Rell, tell me why the season finale of Snowfall happened. Tell me why the season was good, please.
I just think that, when you get to a certain point of a show, you can only do so much, and you got to kind of tie everything's been loose ends at the end of every season. But also, I think the reason why this show was probably one of the best seasons is because we got the coming out party of Jerome. You know what I'm saying? This season was based on Jerome. Jerome got solo scenes, ISO moments. We got to saw the chops of Jerome, which is also, my spirit animal on Snowfall, because I think that would have been my character. You'd be Leon.
You wish. Oh, what's wrong with Leon? What's wrong with Leon?
Can't trust him. It wouldn't work for me.
That's fine. I own the hood. Anyway,
can't trust Leon.
That's cool. I own the hood. Anyway, Good job. Good season finale. Proud of them for recapping the season the way they did, but man, it was a slog getting to that season finale. Jesse, do you have anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Bro, drinking some water.
You ever keep it up with Atlanta?
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't started watching this.
I have.
But my show Barry's back.
I gotta start watching Barry.
What else? Have y'all watched that show Dr. Death on Peacock?
Mm-mm.
First and foremost, you gotta watch like the documentary. That shit is crazy, yo. It's based off a true story. This doctor that was doing like spinal surgeries and just like paralyzing people, like fucking them up. Like he was a terrible surgeon. It's disgusting what he did to people.
Doing it on purpose?
He didn't know what he was doing. Like he never really did surgery, so he didn't know what he was actually doing. Like from the TV show, it's like he knew what he was looking at, but he didn't know how to do a surgery. And he was doing drugs, drinking, all this shit.
The man was playing Operation and kept on hearing the buzz sound, huh?
Basically. Like on people's spines, yo. He was killing people. He left like piece of a sponge inside somebody one time to like stop their bleeding and they sewed them up.
You know what's crazy? I hear a lot of my podcasts that I listen to, and even people outside who they consume a lot of these documentary series that a lot of these streaming services do, and a lot of them are, like I said, the ones that I watch are really well done. Some of them I just like any of the true crime stuff, or like the ones that like just focus on death and serial killers. Like I can only consume that so much.
Oh yeah, I was getting to that point
like
too.
Some people can watch those and just consume those like all day and just eat those and enjoy it. I can't, like it's like it just weighs like that shit weighs on me. Like I can't remember the last one that I watched.
Bro, like it weighs on you. It makes you nervous. Like meeting potential roommates when they come through. It's like I'm on edge. Like you know what I mean? Like you don't know. You can't really trust anybody nowadays with this stuff that comes out. And this is a doctor who's cutting into your body. Like, so I'm with you. Like, I don't sit there. People like to sit there and watch marathons of this stuff. And sometimes I'm just like, I just need a break from this stuff. Like, it's just not good for your mental health. People that listen to like podcast like true crime
The true
documentary,
crime
as a
podcast,
person
yeah.
who
And
watches
those are the most
listens to some of this stuff and all this stuff, and
those are the
I
those
talk
are the most
about it,
popular ones. It's
and
crazy.
yeah, and I think about, and people, and I'm like, I'm getting to the point where I'm disliking it though, because like the John Wayne Gacy just came onto the Netflix, but Peacock already had it, right? So now these companies are trying to like, it's a legitimate moneymaker, right? True crime is a legitimate moneymaker. It's been one for a while.
It's
But
big
it's like they're doing that now. They're doing the scammers, and this guy's like a mixture of a scammer and
those ones. Yeah, those ones are hitting too.
are the new thing. So it's like so all this stuff is popular and all these things because it all starts from how in the world did they get away with this shit? But you just can. If you just people you find out. A lot of these people that have power, a lot of these people in high places, I'm not saying like your boss or anything, but you get into a room with some high rollers, you think these people are actually smart, you think these people are actually like they know it all, or there's something that you don't know, they got the it. Nah, it's just they just was able to get in the right places, find the right room, and if the right a person that knows how to do that, somebody's going to take a chance on them because they're always trying to advance themselves or make some sort of money off of that type of person. But all I would say is I hope people like cleanse themselves of that shit at a point in time. It's cool to watch it and be aware of it and be hyper vigilant of these things. You don't want to let anybody that's in your life, you don't want to let just anybody in your life, but I don't know how people listen to it and watch it all day. The sad part is the real sad part about it all, and I'm rambling, but the real sad part about it all is that it's like there's so many of them in this world that do so much to so many people that it is something that is consumed so
like
much.
Like this is not even a true crime one, but like the one they've been throwing in our face on TNT during the games, like the Girls Gone Wild one.
TNT like, trying to get into the documentary game now.
Yeah, like part of me is like, oh yeah, like part of me wants to watch it, but at the same time, like I've heard that he's on some Epstein shit. It's like, why the fuck would I want to watch that? Why would I want to consume that?
It got horrible. So
I mean, some Epstein shit. It's like, I would say is, I want to watch this. No.
What I would say is like,
excuse me.
I wish somehow there are victims to these people.
Yeah.
And when you sit there and do this documentary on this person, beware of like that toxic place of social media, how people start to talk like, like a Tiger King, right?
I was gonna bring up that
people are like in love with him, but he's a bad person. He's like terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all newsflash, everybody in that documentary was a bad person.
We're talking about the person that got like all that love. We're not. We can easily do that. Everybody was but it's just he's a terrible person, and he starts to get this fame from it. This fame jail. That it's you know what I mean. Jail. Like there's a little too much focus on him and his fame getting from it, while those victims are reliving it. The victims of those people relive it every time. And when you talk about them and bring them up and try to like talk them up or idolize them or just keeping them as a subject in the world, like you got to be careful because those people are reliving those situations over and over.
That's true. But I feel like with Joe Exotic, who you're talking about, I feel like he was just so over the top. Like a lot of the stuff that he did was just so unbelievable. And then on top of that, he ends up being part of the LGBTQ community. Like it was just so much, like the stuff that he was doing was just like, I can't believe that. Like again, you watched Tiger King, right? You watched it?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like
every like it was one of those things where like somebody finally, like after weeks and weeks and months of finally people starting watching. I don't even know how we even got here, but we're here. Like every episode, like I watched the first episode and the way it ended, I was like, oh, I gotta watch the next one. and
Yeah.
ended again. I was like, oh, I gotta watch the next one. I gotta watch the next one. Like, and then after that, I was just to the point. I was just like, well, I might as well just finish this shit.
Yeah, I know. But my point that I'm trying to make is like not even like a let's not use Joe Exotic, but I can't remember his name right now, but he was the one that was like went on the killing spree in LA that was like driving from one place to driving from fucking Inglewood or even up north, kill some the Night Stalker. He'd drive from fucking up north all the way down here, kills people in the fucking valley and get all the way back to the good thing they did about that documentary. And when they had the detectives talk, they were very focused on like, hey, these are victims. And they really focused on those people were instead of focusing on the fucking Night Stalker. Cause it's so much focus on like the serial killer and this person and who they are and all these
people
things.
Watch Jack
the
the Ripper
people,
fucking documentaries and shit. Yeah.
And it's like not the people that he did these things to and how their family are coping with this, how they're going through this, how they're reliving this. And maybe if they did do that, people would have a little more empathy towards it and understand, like, let's not, idolize these people so much. Yeah. I feel like sometimes it gets a little too much hyper focus and then they become this conversation when they shouldn't.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. All right. Do you guys have anything else to say before we get out of here?
Shout out to my guys Ty and Zay, some new listeners and work. So shout out to them.
Hey, wow! Shout out to them at the end of the pod. I love that. I want to start implementing a listener's question for the end of the pod. Towards the end, so we're gonna start getting back on that. I would like to have you guys' questions. I think the last time we did that was for episode 100, but I would like to have that like more of like a weekly thing for listeners to ask us questions, and then we go from there. Even some of the weird ones, even though some, Jesse turned down some of the questions and shit, for the 100th episode.
Anyway, I didn't promise I'm answering every question. I didn't promise that.
What a trash can. All right, thank you guys for listening. Please, thank you. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe. Please leave a comment on our YouTube. We're trying to reach 50 subscribers on. Please subscribe. Please subscribe on YouTube. We're trying to get the algorithming. Don't forget to I think I said like, favorite, subscribe already. Please leave a review. That's what I was gonna say. Please leave a review on Apple. If you listen to Apple, please leave a review. It helps us go a long way as well. And if these guys don't have anything to say, we're those millennials, and we're out.